In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Be seated. Good morning, St. Philip's. Good morning. We pick up our gospel reading today, and the Pharisees still don't get it. Over the past number of weeks now, we have discussed this dilemma. We've talked about the 10 Commandments. Remember that quiz we had on what was the fourth commandment? We saw that God gave the commandments so that we, human beings, would know how to love God and love one another. And each week, with these readings, we have seen how the religious machine of Jesus' time had so complicated those 10 Commandments that it became nothing more than a means to condemn and assign guilt. They had expanded those 10 Commandments to well over 600. Imagine trying to figure out and remember all. We had problems with number 4. Think if you had over 600 do's and don'ts, and then the variations of the do's and don'ts based upon how they're defined and how they're applied. The Pharisees had used the law as a means to condemn, to assign guilt, and it was completely devoid of love and joy. The Pharisees had ultimately only had love for the letter of the law. And since they defined and interpreted the law and the letter of the law, they basically were worshiping themselves and their ideas. And so here we are in this passage from the gospel, and there are the Pharisees still watching what Jesus does, and immediately responding in condemnation and judgment, because Jesus is ignoring their version of the law. He is choosing instead to rejoice in what he has found. To rejoice in what he has found, and what he has found on this day are sinners and tax collectors, those who were lost. And seeing the Pharisees' response and mumble among themselves, Jesus shares the 2 parables we heard read this morning. In those parables, you will recall, Jesus talks about the shepherd who has lost his sheep. Just one out of 100. But it was deeply important to him, so much so that he sought it out. He searched and he searched and he searched until finding it. And after he found it, he's filled with joy and returns to the flock. We read about the woman who loses one of her 10 coins. But it was deeply important to her, so much so that she sought it out. And she searched, and she searched, and she searched until she found it. And when she found it, she's filled with joy. In both instances, the finder returns to those around them, to friends, to neighbors, and declares, "Rejoice with me. I have found that which was lost. Rejoice with me." Now, brothers and sisters, there are several points I want to highlight this morning for this short gospel passage. First, you lost your church. Hurricane Florence came, and 1 year ago today, you were not allowed to worship in your home, in this building, in St. Philip's. But you didn't give up. You didn't throw up your hands and just give in. You sought out how to get your church back. And you searched and you searched and you searched for a way to return. And you sacrificed much as you raised the funds necessary to repair the damage. And here you are today, home again in St. Philip's Church. And as the parable declares, let us rejoice. Second, before Florence, the parish was in the midst of a capital campaign to build new offices and a new parish hall, which you don't know how bad we needed it just a few minutes ago. We'll share that with you sometime. But you didn't give up. You have worked and worked and worked to reach that goal of the capital campaign. And we continue growing towards reaching that goal. And so let us rejoice in this as well. Third, in the midst of a hurricane, the Holy Spirit do together. You gathered in a tent. You gathered in a moose lodge. But where you gathered was much less important than the reality that you gathered together. Florence came and could have scattered this parish to the four winds, but the Holy Spirit searched and searched and searched and brought you together as family. The family of St. Philip's is together, and so let us rejoice. Fourth, in the aftermath of all this, after you return to your church building, after you return together as family, the family of St. Philip's, after you determined to continue to build, you searched and searched and searched, and you called a new rector to join you. You called Sue and myself to come and be part of this wonderful family, and we rejoice with you. Fifth, in our scriptures this morning, Jesus is saying that each of us are deeply and sincerely important to God. My brothers and sisters, the coin and the lamb were sought, and God seeks you. The coin and the lamb are desired, and God desires you. The coin and the lamb are found, and God has found you. Let us rejoice. And finally, the result in the parables, in both instances, was the invitation to rejoice together. Once found and recovered, everyone was invited to rejoice together. It's about relationship. Friends and neighbors are invited to come together and rejoice, to celebrate, to feast together in joy, and so let us rejoice. This is God's invitation to each of us, to come, to join in, to celebrate, to rejoice, to feast, to do all of this together. This is what Sabbath is all about. This is what homecoming is all about. This is what today is all about. Rejoicing together. We gather together today on this homecoming Sunday. At St. Philip's, I invite you to rejoice with me, for God has sought us out. Rejoice with me, for God has found us. Rejoice with me, for God loves us deeply. Let us rejoice, for we are home. Let us rejoice, for we are family. Let us rejoice, for we are called to love and serve one another. My brothers and sisters, let us rejoice. Amen.